Okay, that's actually interesting. I'm pretty sure this copy of Deja Vu on the color is sealed.
I think we've got it in this like plastic sleeve, and then
yeah, it looks pretty good. I can put it back in there here.
gotcha.
I always try to be careful with these. I don't want to mess with anything. Yeah, I'll do this one as well.
Oh, okay, cool,
Thanks.
cool. Yeah, no problem.
Ooh, folks, I think I might have gotten some really nice gems in that stop. All right, so stop number 1 of our video game sourcing day today had only 2 purchases, but 2 definitely higher dollar purchases. The first one is this Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. This one, to be honest, I did not realize that this was a reprint case art, because look at the back right here. It does have the original manual with it, which is good, but kind of strange. You guys will have to let me know. I don't actually know the history or what this kind of back actually means. But anyway, paid $50 for this, and the lowest copy on Amazon was like $115, so probably in like the $100 range after fees, so definitely stoked to see that one. And then, one thing I definitely did not expect to find on this trip is Deja Vu on the Game Boy Color, new sealed. I don't think I've ever found a sealed Game Boy Color game before. So I could not believe that. The only bad thing is they stuck the sticker right on the seal. Can you believe they did that at a video game store? I mean, this thing is like as old as I am. The seal is actually fairly nice. There are some very minor breaks around the corners, but I was glad I offered to, apparently they normally don't sell the plastic cases with games like this. I was like, can I just buy it? Because I don't want this thing getting damaged in transit. He ended up just giving it to me, which is nice. The reason I did pull the trigger on this for $75, I didn't find any solds, but there were 2 listed. One was over 300, and I think the lowest one was like 225. And it did have some watchers that said it was getting like 1 view per hour. So I think I'll be able to get this game to sell for probably safely over 150 bucks. I don't know. Given that there are no solds, maybe I'm just talking out of my butt, but it's hard, honestly, to leave a game like this behind in sealed condition. I'm glad I picked it up either way, and we'll see what it actually ends up selling for. But wow, folks, I am stoked after that stop. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Literally just across the parking lot from the exchange is Disc Replay, my favorite chain. I'm so excited, folks. Let's go. Okay, this is a little confusing. This right here is their whole Xbox One section. Besides this end cap over here, that seems like a pretty low selection. I don't know if this store is closing, and look at this, it's even worse. Almost no PS4 games. What is happening over here? What kind of a video game store has more original DS games than PlayStation 4? This is so strange. Alright, our first little pickup here, $8. This should go for about $15. Unfortunately, not the original case, but that's alright. Alright, next game, believe it or not, Cut the Rope Triple Threat. Never even heard of this game, but should be able to get 12 bucks for it. Oh, dude. I loved this game as a kid. This thing was awesome. Let's see, for anyone who doesn't know, this is the Amazon seller app that I'm using to look up values on games. This one's going for 20. Okay, looks like I could get at least 32 for it after fees, which is not terrible. And honestly, since this one's in very good condition, I very well may get more. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Oh man, that had me fooled for a second. I thought these were some sealed Super Nintendo games, but no, they're just retro bit knockoffs. Well, only ended up coming away with those 3 games that I showed you guys from that stop, which is kind of unfortunate. Paid $34 and should make just about that after fees and everything once stuff sells. I did ask them when I went up there to check out, hey, you guys aren't like closing down or anything. They were like, no, we've just gotten hit really hard with people coming in buying stuff after stimulus money and tax refunds and everything like that, and nobody's trading anything in. So a bit of a bummer there, honestly. The sad truth is that overall, when the economy is good, when people have a lot of spending money, game hunting tends to not be quite as good, at least at video game stores and pawn shops like I do the most of. So not so great for me, but you know, good for everybody else. in the country, so that's good, I guess. And honestly, you know, 35 bucks in half an hour definitely is not a bad ROI on my time at all, and definitely beats being a debt collector, which is one of the things that I did before coming to resale, but that's a story for another time. Let's get on to the next one. All right, folks, here at another disc replay. Am I honestly feeling a little bit more cynical, a little bit more jaded after that last one? Yes. But after this, there actually is a GameStop right over there, and I'm gonna poke my head into a Grandmaster Games down there as well. I'm pretty sure that's more of like a trading card and like tabletop game kind of a location, but we'll find out. Hey there.
How you doing?
Good. Was just wondering, you guys don't sell video games in here, do you?
No.
Alrighty.
It's disc replay GameStop.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, they had some cool Pokemon cards in there, but no video games, so. Let's go. One console that I overlook pretty much every time is Genesis. I just never played this. I don't know almost anything about it, but if you guys are seeing anything that I should be picking up on, definitely let me know. Ooh, we've got a couple of higher end titles over there. Pinocchio for $44 and $99 for a complete Adventures of Batman and Robin. I may have to look those up. No lack of PlayStation games at this location, that's for sure. So this one I'm really on the fence about. It's 25, would go for 50 after fees, but the sales rank isn't great, and also no manual, so I think I'm probably gonna have to pass on it just because condition on Amazon is everything. Huh, interesting. This game literally just came out and they already have it used for $43. It's not bad. Another thing I do always look for when I'm out at the video game stores is these complete collections here. You can see here they've got 20 bucks on this, and I think I should be able to get 41 after fees because this is in great condition and I'm selling through FBA. All right, so just had kind of a surreal experience in that game store. I was going around picking out all of my stuff as I usually do, get up to the checkout, you know, I'm just talking to him, asking about stuff, and like halfway through the conversation, the guy's like, by the way, I'm a big fan of your work. And I was like, you've seen my channel? This is amazing. Nobody ever recognizes me. So big shout out to you guys at this Disc Traders location. I won't, you know, say names or anything. I didn't actually get permission to do that, but you guys know who you are. And it was really cool because they actually, throughout the course of our conversation, were like, oh, hey, by the way, you should check out this over here, or you should check out that item. It may be underpriced. So I don't know. That was just kind of a fun, unexpected moment for me. That doesn't really happen to me all that often, so it was cool. As far as stuff that I ended up picking up, didn't show this Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the Dreamcast, actually. Should be able to get around like 21 or so for this after fees, I believe, and it was 10, even though it's technically, you know, not complete. This is not the original case or manual or anything. This was a really cool find. I don't know if I've ever found this game before. Extreme Skate Adventures on the GameCube in nice complete condition for $25. Should go for around double on Amazon, and honestly, I'd be kind of tempted to keep this game. I've never played it. I've always thought that it looks kind of cool. Apparently, Disney licensed the skate mechanics from Tony Hawk Pro Skater to make this game, and it actually works really well. So I kind of want to try this out personally. Got that Medal of Honor collection that should be, you know, maybe like $30 to $40 or so after fees. Then this Kinect sensor, 20 bucks, has been selling really well for me as well for like, I think like in the 80 or so range. But that's before fees, so you know there's some math there. Also picked up a couple of amiibos. Now this one I'm not all that sure about. This one, the Me Gunner, was 30 bucks. On eBay, it's going for about 30, but on Amazon, it was a little bit of a slower seller, but the lowest listing was at 90. So we'll see what I can actually get this thing to go for. And then my man Charizard here was 20. I should be able to get 35, and this one sells pretty quickly, so was excited about that as well. But yeah, folks, not like the hugest stop ever, but it was just a lot of fun for me personally to be able to meet some viewers, which I very rarely am able to actually do, and, you know, talk some game hunting and stuff like that. I said I really appreciate that stops like this exist, because if it was just a bunch of game stops everywhere, these kind of videos would be no fun at all, let's face it. But anyways, let's keep this video going and get on to our next stop. Oh yeah, folks, look what I found. Jackpot. Well, folks, the last game store was right next to a Walmart right here, so you know I had to poke my nose in. I had to see what I could see. Wasn't really going for super discounts. I didn't really scan a ton of stuff in there. Didn't really expect to find a ton of like new game markdowns, but as you guys know, I have been on the hunt recently for as many copies of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon as I can get my hands on as a longer term investment. Sealed Pokemon stuff recently has been just exploding. I mean, copies of like even X and Y, which also were on the 3DS, are at like $100 a piece at least now. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, exact same story. They're like 120, 130. It's absolutely insane. And the only way really to get in on the crazy skyrocketing prices of Pokemon games like this without breaking the bank is to get ahead of the curve. So that's exactly what I tried to do with these puppies. I'm realizing now there is a little bit of scratching on the surface of some of these, but I'm not all that concerned about that. I'm not really thinking about grading any of these copies, but I paid what, like 35 a piece for these, and there are already pairs of one Ultra Sun and one Ultra Moon going on eBay for $90 shipped. So if I were to sell them right now at that price, I would make like $0 after shipping and fees. But I'm confident that once these things are officially like out of stock in stores, which I don't think will take all that long with the Pokemon hype that's going on this year, I think I'm gonna be in the money. So if any of you are actually looking for a longer term and somewhat more speculative, this is by no means a guaranteed thing, at least on a medium term time horizon, I'm fairly bullish on those right now, but you know, obviously totally up to you if you just don't really have the time to wait, or you don't really like that slow dime kind of an investment strategy when it comes to your own resale inventory. Oh, and I almost entirely forgot to mention, this was the item that the folks at that video game store that recognized me pointed out that I did end up buying. They said, hey, I know this is a really popular color for the Wii U Classic controller. We just price it normally 15 bucks. And sure enough, this thing goes for like 30 or so on eBay. I couldn't find the Amazon listing. I'm sure it does exist. But yeah, shout outs again to the viewers that I happened upon in that video game store. So up next, and I think our last stop of the day, is going to be Half Price Books. So let's cross our fingers that we have some luck to close the day out. Here we go, folks. My hopes are high. Overpriced. Kind of cool, but also overpriced. Okay, so this is definitely a good one to look out for. Unfortunately, 20 bucks is right around what it goes for. This guy, however, is a little bit underpriced at $10. It does have the manual and everything, which is great, and the lowest very good copy on Amazon should get me about 27 after fees. Got a couple sealed copies of Deadpool here, but for 15, unfortunately, they're only worth about 20 a piece. Okay, that may actually be a little too cool to pass up. All right, folks, well, not the most fruitful last stop of the day, but did come out with a couple things. Resident Evil Outbreak, $17 profit on that, like I mentioned. And then the only other thing was this copy of Road Rash 64 for $30. It does include the original manual here, and the cartridge itself is in super pristine shape. I mean, that is just really nice front and back. Like I said, paid $30. I'll probably be able to make about 30 just selling the cartridge on Amazon, maybe 40 if I include the manual on eBay. We'll see what I do with that. But the reason that I actually picked it up is because of this case. This is actually a Banjo-Kazooie promotional plastic outer shell. I don't know when these were actually given out. The only listing I saw on eBay for this was this and two other ones that sold for like $70. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually the most valuable of the three, because it does have Banjo and Kazooie on there. So I don't know if I'm gonna list this separately on eBay for like 30 or 35 and see what happens, or maybe I'll just end up making it a Discord giveaway or something like that, because it's just such a fun item that you're not likely to see. But overall, projected profit on the stops from this video, I would say like 300, maybe 400 range. A big question mark of the whole experience is going to be the Pokemon games. Who knows how much those are going to go up in value and when I'll end up selling them. But on the whole, definitely can't complain. Coolest item of the day for sure was this sealed Deja Vu 1 and 2 on the Game Boy. I mean, how often do you find sealed Game Boy Color stuff? For me, the answer is never. This is literally the first one. So that was a cool experience, but honestly, the best experience of the day had to be connecting with those viewers at Disc Traders. That really made my day. Again, thank you folks for coming along. If you enjoyed, definitely like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me a lot. And until next time, I will catch you all. Actually, not this one. We're gonna flip this guy right here. Come on. On the flip.